Hello, dear friends and family. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to share with you today how God delivered me out of living a very average life. You know what people told you in the past can affect your life and that you can't get out of it. Today, I'm going to share with you how God delivered me out of this mastering in average living. When somebody tell you you're just an average person, you look average, your grades are average, you're just an average student, and all this negative stuff to limit you from going to the what God has created you to live. People will tell me, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're this and that." But I believe in what somebody told me years ago, that I was just an average look, and I don't even know what that means. But see, it's you believe these people more than what God tells you. But when I start believing what God told me, and when I start believing what my husband told me, that I was beautiful, I was believing all this, and when I start reading the Bible, my perspective on life just totally changed. I'm only 5'4", and if Miss America, who might be 6 foot tall, that walks into the room and she's spotless, gorgeous, you know what? I'm sorry, but she doesn't intimidate me, because God told me He created me exactly the way He wanted to see me. And when He saw me, He said, "It is good." He said, "I'm irreplaceable." God told me I'm needed, that He needs me, and that not only that I need Him, but God told me that He needs me. When all these revelations start building up in my spirit, nothing intimidates me. If I meet the most famous actors, most whatever, you can name anybody in the world and say, "Oh, you're going to meet this person," I would not be intimidated. If I have to speak with one person or 10 million people out there, nothing intimidates me anymore. And that is coming from a person that almost flunked first grade and ninth grade, because I was so insecure. I didn't talk very much. I was always so quiet. At home, I was a comedian, made everybody laugh, and I was always imitating everybody. But in the schools, I never said a word. I covered my mouth, covered half of my face, and walk around like a dummy, because my aunt told me that I'm dumb. So I thought, well, I'm just dumb, and so I perfected in making C's in all my schoolwork, because somebody told me I'm just an average student. But the thing is, I studied just to make a C. I don't care. I just said, okay, I'll study this much. I know this much. I will answer this much. And then I will not even attempt to answer any other questions, but just what I knew. So I just maintained this wonderful average life until one day God said, I created you for do exploits in the world, that your voice. He said, your voice is important. My voice is important. I don't have interesting stories. I was, looking at myself and said, I didn't go through all the stuff that some people are going through. I don't have a story that's just wow type. No, but hey, I do have negative things that happened in the past, but so what? When God said that when I accepted Jesus, He gave me a new life. I'm a new creature. I'm a new person now. So all things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. I thought that my stories are not that interesting. But God said, well, that's your story. And people want to hear what you have to say. And so I said, God, I'm sorry that the experiences that I had, it's a story that I'm the only one that can tell the story like it happened. And so if this will help anybody, and I will listen to your stories too, because God said to bring people to let them tell you their story in your channel. That's how I started this channel in 2023. God told me to start this channel in 2016, and I disobeyed. But now I'm determined every day when I come and talk to you all, I'm telling you all, let's not waste any more time. The years that I've wasted, it's never going to come back. But I'm moving forward. I'm not going to live in regrets. I will move forward and do everything I can to fulfill everything that God created me for. He didn't just make me, just married and have a child and being a grandmother. They're all amazing aspects of life. But you know what? There is one reason why I was born. And I'm seeking that out, asking God, I say, what is it, Lord? I'm tired of the average life. I am going to live in supernatural, above average, and then live in supernatural and living the mysteries God talks about. Oh, wow, I want to live that life. Because we pray the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. The kingdom we hear about, it's pretty amazing. Are you living that kingdom life? I'm not yet, but I am going to pursue that kingdom life that God is talking about. Because if the streets are made like gold, we walk around with little bitty gold in our finger and we think, wow, if it costs anywhere from $1,000 to $5 to $10 or even $100,000, but the streets are gold, and we think that this is big. But you know what? Nothing compared to what God has for us. So I am determined to find that whatever God has for me, and I am taking people with me because I see people living in so negative, complaining all the time. And you know what? That life is gone from me. I don't complain. When I wake up in the morning, I say to myself, laziness is not going to take me anywhere. People that are lazy live the average life. And you know what? I'm not going to do it because I wake up early in the morning. I say, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. And it doesn't matter what people do to me, say to me, the negativity. I might talk about it and brush it up, but it's not going to bring me down anymore. The average living of my life is over. And I am so glad you're coming along with me, and God is just blessing my socks off, and He's doing so many wonderful things that people are going to see, not only going to hear, because I am going to live and fulfill God's purpose in my life. And I'm saying, let's go together. Come along, friends and family. Don't be left behind. Because if you are listening to God, not just listening to me and listening to all these people that are self-disciplined and living the life that God has called them to live, and they are telling you to do something, but because the life that you live right now is the life that you invested in. And what you invest today, tomorrow you're going to live that. So that's, my goodness, understanding. I'm beginning to understand. It's nothing to do with what people said or did to me. What I invested in me is the life that I'm living today. It's getting better by daily. It's going above the average, but I am going to live a supernatural life because that's what we're created to live. Because Jesus said, He did a lot of stuff, right? If you are a Bible reader and know about the life of Jesus, He's done so many miracles that I can't name everything. But you know what He said? I'm giving you the keys. He handed out the keys, and then He said, you are going to do greater things than these. Wow. He raised the dead, walked on the water, opened the blind eyes, deaf ears open, and all these miracles. Lepers, most rejected people at that time, healed their lepers, all that stuff. But He said, you are going to do more than me. That's a big statement. Wow. What you do in private, God will reward you in public. I've heard that many times. Many people talk about it. So your private life have to change. My private life is changing. Not, I'm still working on it. I'm not there. I would say 5 years ago, I'm not the same person. I don't say the same things, and I am moving forward from that 5 years ago. Even 5 years ago, what would have happened ago, 40 years ago, whatever years that you are living right now, if you were changing just daily, little by little by little, you would be somewhere else. And I would be somewhere else, not just talking to you today, but I will be talking to millions of what God has done for me, because I know I'm moving forward. It's going to get better every day. I'm asking you to come along. Thank you for listening. Please join me, and I really appreciate you subscribing me and supporting this channel so we can take as many people as we can to heaven. Thank you. Bye-bye.